energy in the intro for you there today. I promise we'll calm down a little bit as the video goes on. But today, as you can see from the title, I'm going to be talking about some movies that I've watched recently. Whether that's new movies, old movies that I've only just seen for the first time. Whatever. Basically, I am a big movie fan. I watch a lot of movies, sort of a couple a week usually. I actually own a movie, what's the word? Like a pass for the cinema to go and be able to, like a monthly subscription kind of thing, where I pay for the month and then go watch whatever I want throughout the month, whenever I want, with whoever I want, at whatever time I want. I use that at least a couple times a month, usually more frequently than that, so I get my money's worth from it. But recently, I've watched a couple of these films I've watched in the cinema, a couple I watched on Netflix recently. So without further ado, the first movie that I've watched, well actually it was the most recent movie I watched this last night, was The Matrix. The Matrix, 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 starring Keanu Reeves and Lawrence Fishburne and a bunch of others. So, if you're unfamiliar with the name, The Matrix, not The Matrix, The Matrix, it is a sci-fi movie set in the future where people live in a simulation of sorts called The Matrix. Keanu Reeves' character, Neo, is the main character, the protagonist of the movie, and essentially he is trying to help a bunch of other people escape the Matrix, or, well, basically trying to defeat the Matrix in a way, with the help of other humans who are, again, alive and aware that they're in the Matrix. I won't spoil much of this film for you because it's an absolute classic, but the reason I saw this recently in cinema was because it is its 25th anniversary year. It's been out for 25 years now, which is crazy because, I heard about The Matrix a lot growing up, but I never really sort of watched it and pinned to the fact that it was that old until recently. I was like, oh, it's like a 2010 movie. It isn't. 1999 it was released, which is nuts. But yeah, it's a very good movie. I really enjoyed it. I like a sci-fi movie. I've watched a couple of good sci-fis fairly recently, none of which I'm really going to talk about here. I could make another video talking about movies from certain genres if that's something that people would want to see. But yeah, The Matrix is really fun, really enjoyable, great effects for a pretty old video movie. Really great effects, really sort of almost creepy in the way that it is sort of kind of eerie in a way, but very cool, very good action scenes, very good fight scenes, really good story, lots of twists and turns. I think it's a top film. Highly recommend if you are looking for a nice sci-fi movie to watch. One of those you've got to stay focused throughout. You can't background watch The Matrix. I wouldn't imagine anyway. But I would highly recommend if you're looking for that kind of genre movie. In a similar vein, another one that I've watched recently that's kind of sci-fi, kind of, drama, whatever, is on Netflix, Godzilla -1. Now this came out at the end of last year, I believe, 2023, December time. And I was meant to go watch this in cinema, but I never managed to, because it was around Christmas time, I think, and I was just really busy. But I'm a big Godzilla fan. I like a lot of the Godzilla films. I recently watched the Godzilla X Kong, A New Empire, I think it was called, that came out a couple months ago, which was also really good. But Godzilla -1 takes a very different sort of tone as a normal Godzilla film. So Godzilla -1 is set in post-World War II Japan, very, not very long after World War II, though. It's kind of set as it ends, and sort of time jumps maybe a year or so forward throughout the movie. But essentially, we are watching this from the perspective of a kamikaze pilot in Japan who didn't, as you can guess from the fact he's in the film, didn't Benghazi during World War II. He had to land on an island which was then attacked by Godzilla, and all the people who were on the island with him, except for one, tragically were killed. Again, not to ruin the movie, this literally happens in the first 2 minutes of the movie. But then Godzilla starts attacking Japan more and more, sort of becomes a bigger threat to Japan. Still a struggling Japan, by the way, as well. You know, they were hit hard with the end of the war. The people were hit particularly hard, you know. The higher-ups I couldn't care less for, I'll be honest, but the people of Japan were hit very hard after World War II due to, you know, the incredible loss of life they suffered, as well as all the sanctions that were imposed on them, I believe, by the US due to their involvement in World War II. So you basically get the perspective of a few characters, all ex-military in some capacity, and essentially they fight Godzilla. They come up with a plan to defeat Godzilla. That's the entire story of the movie. But not the entire story. There's a lot of subplots, you know, which is why I recommend watching these movies yourself, because I'm not doing them justice right now. I'm just kind of rambling as I do. But yeah, Godzilla Minus One, really good film, really emotive as well for a Godzilla movie, which is what you'd expect from big lizard kill things, you know. That's kind of what the formula for these movies is, just big lizard kill things, big lizard smash things, big lizards blow things up, you know, whatever. But yeah, highly recommend. It is Japanese. I watched the dub version, admittedly. Don't hate me, please. I know subtitles is better, but I you know, whatever. If I was watching it in the cinema, I would probably go and watch the subtitles version, but I watched the dubbed version instead because I'm lazy. Just let me live, alright? But yeah, really good movie. Highly recommend. I also highly recommend another movie that I watched recently in the cinema, which is Furiosa, the new Mad Max side film, based on Charlize Theron's character in the original Mad Max and Mad Max Fury Road, which I haven't seen either of, but Furiosa is all from Furiosa's point of view. You start the film and she's a child living in a, what do they call it now? A land of abundance, I think, or a place of abundance. If you don't know anything about Mad Max, essentially it's set in a wasteland in a world that is sort of a world that has warred itself to death, pretty much, in Australia. So Furiosa comes from a place of abundance, where people have a lot of supplies, essentially, food, water, etc. But she is abducted by a group of, I forgot what they called them. For some reason I want to say ravagers, but I think that's wrong. Basically outlaws who go around looking for people to steal from and kill. Don't live any laws, ride around on motorcycles, basically just mess things up for everyone. She's stolen from them and made to work for sort of a kind of an overlord kind of guy, for one of the communities that these people have built. I say communities, it's not a nice community at all. It's very much not a positive thing to be part of this community. But basically her story is she grows up and becomes, you know, a skilled fighter, driver, etc. And her war against Dementus, I think his name was, played by Chris Hemsworth. Also, Anya Taylor-Joy plays Furiosa. Yeah, those are the main two actors in this movie. As well as ex-WWE wrestler Nathan Jones, who plays a character. Thought I'd put that one out there. But no, really entertaining movie, really, really good action. Brutal, definitely brutal, not for the faint-hearted. But one that you should watch if you enjoy that kind of movie. It wouldn't be a video on the channel if I wasn't interrupted halfway through what I was saying. But basically, the final movie that I've watched recently is called Murder Mystery on Netflix, featuring Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston and a bunch of other famous actors / actresses. Essentially, the story is an American couple go on an anniversary honeymoon to Europe and end up as part of a big murder mystery involving a really rich family and inheritance and whatever, and they get framed for it, yada 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 yada. If you didn't guess from the title that it's a murder mystery, I don't know what to think about you, but you really should have done that. Very fun film, very entertaining film, as you can imagine. You know, Adam Sandler makes great movies. And Jennifer Aniston is like his fake real wife. Like, I couldn't believe they weren't married in real life when I was younger. But yeah, great movie, highly recommend. Really fun. There's also a murder mystery too, which I haven't watched yet, but I'm probably going to watch at some point soon. You know, I like a fun, nothing movie to watch. Me and my girlfriend watched the first, so I'm assuming we'll watch the second together. But yeah, they're movies that I've seen recently, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed these movies too, please let me know. If you've got any recommendations